This is a short introductory tutorial for using my RunMap application. The website is www.webtonics.com, webtonics.com/maps. We'll go there. We'll see that it brings up a map, and it locates it somewhere near where I live. This is actually about 3.5 miles from where I actually live. Now I want to draw out a new route for me to go run and see how far a distance it is. Let's just say I live here. I don't really, but we'll just say I live right there. So I just dragged the marker, and now I'm going to go around the block. It's a big block. And zoom in with the scroll wheel and right back home again. So I can look here on the route tab and I see that it's 5.1 kilometers, 3.17 miles. So I go, oh well, that's just a little bit more than a 5K. Let's say I'm training for a 5K race. That's a really good training route. So now, let's say, well, wouldn't it be nice to be able to save this route so I can see how far it is the next time I want to do that? Well, I can't do that because I am not signed in as a regular user. So go back to the Sign In tab, and it says here you are signed in as anonymous user. Well, let's click that and see what happens. Test user. First name is Test, my last name is User. Password is actually never used, but gotta have it anyhow just for fun. Now it says I'm logged in as Test User. Welcome Test User. It's my first name and last name. It still comes back to the same default location. I'm going to drag myself again to my artificial home address. Now this time it asks if I want to make this my new default start point. I'll say no, I do not. I'll map out the same route again. Goes around the corners, up to McCusick Road, down to Boutwell, and home again. Now I go back to the route tab and I see it's 3.1 miles, so I did something just a little bit different, but it's awfully darn close. So it's 3.1 miles, it's 4.99 kilometers, and I want to save that. Well, now I have a save route option, so I save it as test, if I could type, test route. I will reload the map just to start fresh, and notice that I said no, I don't want to relocate, don't want to set my new default start point, so it goes right back to where it was last time. It did not put it there. Look in saved routes though, and there we are, test route, and I click that and it displays the map again. Another option for locating where you are located for a starting point, you can say, let your browser find your location. Just click locate, and if you are using a mobile device, especially a mobile device with GPS, it will probably get you right exactly at the point that you are at. I'm at home on a desktop and hardwired internet connection on my desktop. So this is about 2 miles from where I live. It's a little closer than the other one, but that's not close enough for to be much good. I'm going to say no. I don't want to make that my default start point. The third option is to put in an address. This is the address of the Stillwater Fitness Center, 110 Greeley Street, and the zip code 55082. It locates right there. I'm going to say no because I want to actually have the starting point be in the street, because I like to start in the street. Now I will say yes, I want to make that my new default start point. Now if I reload the map, it brings up my starting point right there where I put it last. A new feature that I just implemented today is colors. We put colors, the colored line that the map routes can be modified to any of these colors. Let's just say if you really like blue, you can just click on the blue there. If you want a really heavy line, if you have a hard time seeing that skinny red line, you can click a bigger number and just click OK. And now when I click a point, it comes up with a nice big fat blue line. But I don't personally like that, so I'm going to go back to the defaults, which is a 4-point line of red. And I just save that again. Another preference options are kilometer markers and mile markers. If you click the kilometer marker, it will put a little yellow marker like that each kilometer of the route. Let's go back over here, whoops, to the route tab, select test route. And you notice there's a marker, yellow marker there. There's 2 kilometers, 3, 4. It's not quite 5 kilometers, is it? It's 4.998 kilometers, so there's no 5 kilometer mark. It would be right there if there was one. We can also have the option of a mile marker, which is green. You can have them both, kilometers and or miles. There's the first mile, the second mile, and the third mile. That is that for lesson 1. Come back and find lesson 2 and watch that. See you then.